G'day, it is Brak here, and this is the video that I've been waiting for, and apparently you've been waiting for it too, because not only do we celebrate all things squiggly with the Januwaaghry challenge from the 40k Ork Community, we'll announce who the winners are. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's go and check things out. Okay, we're going to be doing things a little bit different this time around, and probably going forward, but who knows what the future will bring. So Dread was the judge, and he will be announcing the winners. We'll go crossing over to him fairly shortly, and he'll let you know about who won and why he did it. And then after that, we'll have a look at all the other people as well. So we're showcasing everyone. Just before we do that, I'll go over a few stats. Now, I think this is the record so far of entrants for these monthly challenges. 27, which is really, really good. And we can break them down because it's all things squiggly. We had 15 squigs, 5 that you could either call squigoths or gnaws, and 6 mechanized squiggly beasts, and 1 shark. And yeah, so but who won? Well, let's hand it over to Dread from Januwaaghry.
Thanks, Brak, and greetings, boys and gits. I, Dread, have had the amazing privilege of judging the Januwaaghry competition for converting, which was based around squigs. Obviously, if you've been watching Brak so far, you know this. Well, I found it particularly difficult. I really did, because there were so many entries, and I shit you not, each and every one of them was mint. They really were amazing. There wasn't a crap one amongst them. They really were good. So judging them was very difficult. So I tried to focus on 4 main sort of criteria for judging, being attention, interest, concept, and delivery. So bearing those 4 things in mind, I sort of looked at each one and I sort of thought, how does it draw my attention? Where's the interest? How much interest is there? How much attention does it, demand and command of me? How long am I looking at it for? How long am I interested in it? Also the concept, what they were actually trying to do with this miniature, or with their painting, or with the positioning, or the use of parts, or whatever the concept, and then the delivery of that concept and of the drawing of attention and the different interesting bits. So that's kind of the 4 sort of things that I sort of judged it on. Now, don't be disheartened if your miniature was not one of my picks, because it was so very difficult, because there were so many others that fitted the same sort of bill, but these ones just tipped the scale for one reason or another. Right, so without further ado, and before I fall down my own throat, I will tell you my runner-up, 3rd place, is Ike. Now, Ike made a really fun and well delivered, it's a squig bomb, and he's got some Storm Boy rockets strapped around his waist. So it's a really simple concept, and it's using simple parts that most of us can get our hands on because they're in simple GW kits and whatnot. But the delivery is just perfect. I couldn't stop looking at it and laughing. Now, it's not the best painted, and that's not to say it's not well painted, but there are other examples of better painted squigs in the competition. But it was just the very fact that I really liked the delivery. I really did. I thought, oh, that's really nice. Like, I would like to do that myself. That's the truth of it. I thought, oh, remember that one? That's a good one. I like that, So, yeah, well done, Ike. Very good. 2nd place, I went for Gallagher. Now Gallagher did a really crisp paint job, looked very typically Games Workshop style paint job, you know, it's a typical heavy metal style, very crisp though. So it drew my attention straight away. And the other thing that drew my attention was realising, hey, I recognise some of those parts. And so that drew my attention. And then I was interested at the use of those parts, because he's very cleverly used a dread, and he's positioned the legs, and he's put some spikes on the back. And I just thought, oh yeah, that's really clever. I really like it. And I can see the concept, and I can see it delivered really well. So that's why I picked Gallagher for second place, because yeah, really good, very impressed. Again, simple parts, but well delivered. So that only leaves the last but not least, because it's the first place. Who did I pick as my top pick? Well, it's a Squig-off, and there were a good few Squig-offs in this. There were some very well painted Squig-offs, there were some fantastic kit bashes, some really well made howdahs. There was a Gear Guts one. There was some really, such a choice. Now, I'm not saying that I picked a Squig-off because it's big and impressive and blah, blah, blah. It's not that. Many of the smaller miniatures, as you saw, they got attention for sure. It's just, I had to pick a Squig-off because one of them in particular drew my attention visually because of the paint job looking dark and grimacing, and also because I was like, oh, that's a big Squig-off, but it's not Games Workshop, it's not Forge World, it's not third party. What is that? And there's a couple like that, so I haven't given the game away just yet. There's a couple like that, and then I saw the Howdah as well, and that's also, of course, completely scratch built. Oh, that's cool. So straight away, there's a whole lot of attention being drawn. So, oh yeah, very, very good. Huh? So you're looking, and then you find all the interest. Now I'm giving the game away, because in the Howdah there are lots of interesting little grots working away and doing things, but nothing silly. Everything works, has a purpose. They're doing things for a reason, and that concept there and the delivery of it for me was spot on. And so of course the winner is Poke Cactus. Well done, Poke. I really liked your build. Funny enough, I saw some of the early pictures and I wasn't so sure about the face of that Squig-off, but in the end it looks really grim, really you know, I really like it. Very characterful. The paint job is very eye-catching, and the little attention to details just really, really sell it. So well done, Poke. Good job, mate.
Cheers, Dread. Thank you very much for that. Now, wow, I'm a little surprised. Well, I didn't know it was going, but who was going to win? But congratulations to the winners, who were I forgot to write that down, didn't I? Oh well. Okay, so it was Ike in third place, Gallagher in second, and Poke Cactus, the winner with his fantastic Squig-off. Now, I'll be showing these in detail a little later, actually be at the end after we've seen all the other entrants. So I'm doing things a little different just for reasons. So let's go and have a look at all the fine work which has been done by the 40k Ork community for January. Before we have a look at this model, I just thought I'd let you know that if you see a graphic and it has a logo in the top right hand corner, then that means that the entrant has a YouTube channel. All people with YouTube channels will have their link in the description below. Now let's look at 5 headers entry. It's a nice looking thing, isn't it? It's Grot with his squiggling and squig pups. So we're more interested in having a look at the squigs here, although he's a Nice looking grot, but yeah. So, I really do like this. They've got lots of character. I do like the one on the shoulder and the little pup on the bottom there. It looks really nice. Great use of colours overall. So, great work there, 5-header. Here is Anaticula with Killignor. And what a wondrous looking beast this is. I really enjoy the colour. I'm loving that. Just the pink is quite nice. And the grin, I just love the grin on these models. All that teeth and the tongue poking out. And such a nice expression on the little goblin, or is it a Gretchen driver? I can never tell these. I don't know what's what these days. So, yeah, well, goblins, Gretchen, does it really matter? But great model, fantastically painted, well executed. Uh, I reckon this would be a wonderful model to have in your collection. So, well done there. Bean Goblin has been doing some sculpting here, and what a magnificent piece this is. Wow, there's that 3 eyes on each side, that's 6 eyes. That's a lot of eyes. But yeah, look, I have been watching this thing progress over the month, and it's just fantastic. Bean Goblin has a very distinct style about him, which I'm really, really enjoying, and some of the painting detail is great. There's extra fine details, especially with the that blue and that yellow around the eye and the stripes on the back. It's fantastic. Even there on the tail, there there has been a lot of thought put into this project, and I really think he's pulled it off. Well done, Bean Goblin. Here is Beefy Kobe with his mechanized Squig. Now, I really, really like this, and I'm not quite sure why, but it really intrigues me. The colours are great. I do love the front of the face, so that's from a Warbiker kit, I believe. And what I do like is that the the angle that goes across the base and not in line with the base, that really sort of pleases me for some reason. And yeah, so let's have a look at it. The can legs, oh, a little bit. I think that's the driller bit for the tail there. And yeah, look, a great use of kit bashing. So, fantastic work, Beefy Kobe. And here is my entry, Grod Squig Biter. I won't go too much into this because I've showcased this little model elsewhere. And ding, there's a thing. Okay, so Grod's story is to remind orcs that you don't accuse powerful Edbangers of turning orcs into squigs while being alone in a dark alley. His story is also a reminder that powerful Edbangers don't care if other orcs know how he got his powers or not. Thus, that is why Zogwarp, the maniac, decided to make sure Grod kept his head so he could tell others. Zogwarp now doesn't get harassed in dark alleys anymore. Here is Curtis Fell. Some people may know Curtis from Ramshackle Games. There'll be a link in the description. And these are some of his recast Squigs. So I think they sort of didn't work. I think they were seconds, if my memory serves me well. And wow, just look at the colour of these two little squiggies. And yeah, beautiful colours, excellently painted. Just, I think I'm turning into a bit of a fanboy. And that big one eye, he's a delight to behold. The red mech here with his Squig spider bombs. Now, aren't these a cute little fun little devices? Little mechanized squigs with little bombs attached. There's some fine work done here. Wow. Just simply wow. I'm not quite sure which one I like the most. Which one do you like the most? Dad Dude 1234 with a killer gnaw. Oh look, I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. I do love this model. This is a fantastic looking beast, and painting's really well. It looks like a gnaw. It sounds like a gnaw. Probably tastes like a gnaw. It's oh look, I'm not quite sure what else I can say. It's well done, Dad Dude 1234. Here is Old Yeller by Daka Flakka Flame. And I tell you what, he managed to get this one in on time. Just barely. He made the cut off and it's in. And I'm actually glad that he did. Oh look, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work to be done in a month. And yeah, look, he's pulled it off. I love the slobber. There's some fine work with that slobber. I'd like to know how you did it. So I'd really love to know more about this. And yeah, look, great weathering on the hall door. It's just one fantastic looking beast. Look, another excellent job by Daka Flakka Flame. Here's a Drucker with his bomb squig. Very blue looking bomb squig there. Oh look, I'm really enjoying this. It's nice to see a squig that isn't red. Although I do like red squigs, but it's nice to see other colours. I just love the grin on him. Isn't he great? Some nice work on the lips there. And overall, a great looking bomb squig. Thanks a lot, Dracker. Here be the drunken orc with Pierre de Bomb Squig, and he's a beautiful pink looking beast with a tank buster bomb chained to his personage. Was that squiggage? We won't worry about things like that too much. It'll just confuse us and make us do strange things. Our heads may explode, and we don't want that. Unless, I suppose, if you're a bomb squig, then that's probably inevitable. But anyway, I'm rambling on here. So, look, I just love the colours. The highlighting is fantastic. Just some excellent work there, which we sort of come to expect from the Drunken Orc. Another entrant who I'm going to have to apologise for getting their name wrong. Elder Blitto? Anyway, it's a bomb squig. A quite looking little bomb squig there. And he's got some stick bombs on there. Nice and explosive. And yeah, excellent work done there. Essex boys here with the cheekily named Tungalingus. And what a groovy looking flying squig he is here too. And if he's not carrying dynamite, he's licking crumbs from the bottom of the Pringles tubes. That's what it says in the bottom of the tin. And oh, look at this beast. Essex has done it again. I think it took him not even 3 days to knock this thing off. I get very jealous from this fellow's work. I also almost don't want to show it to you, but apparently I'm a nice guy. So here it is. Feast on the fine work from Essex. Here is Ewan R with his, well, I suppose, 4 bomb squigs of the Ork apocalypse, maybe? I hope I didn't break any copyright rules there. But regardless, here is Speedy, Flashy, Lucky, and Best. And all of the nice bright colours there. And yeah, I do like a good themed bomb squig. And some great work there. Loving the shadowing and the highlighting on all these little beasties. So well done, Ewan. Arr. Another bomb squig here for us to look at, this time by Full-Time Bad Man. And I'll tell you what isn't bad, the painting. It's quite a well-painted mini, isn't it? I know we've seen quite a few of these bomb squigs, and do you know what? There hasn't been one that I dislike so far, which has been great. It's amazing to see such variation on what could be a, typically sort of same-ish model. So, look, I really can't say much about this. It's great. It's good looking. It's bright, and yeah, look, excellent little bomb squig here. Gar has pulled off another piece of painting miracleness. I know it's not a word. Well, it is now. I've just invented one. So let's just look at this riding squig. Oh, wow. Yeah, look. Gar's painting is fantastic. It's just, oh, I'd like to know how he does it. And just the squig. Beautiful looking face there. Fantastic colours. I love the sword, or is it a dagger that looks like a sword because of, perspective and size and all that sort of jazz. Right there. And that crot with a melter gun. It just weaves a lovely, lovely story. So thank you very much for the riding squig. Great Bizarro here with his big squig and crew. Now, is this a Gear Guts model? I think it is. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I'll love to be stand corrected, but yeah. Oh, wow. What a great looking beast. This is fantastic stuff. And yeah, the little mushrooms at the front. There's some checker work on is it a cannon or a lobber? And the crew are doing their thing. Another model that tells a story. So thank you for that, Great Bizarro. Well done indeed. And here is Joe from Delhi with a bomb squig, one of the many bomb squigs that we are seeing in this video. And that's a good thing in my opinion. I do like a good bomb squig, and the more the merrier. And I do. This is such a comical looking beast, isn't it? I love the comedy that can be associated with squigs in general. And it's almost like those two little stick bombs are a moustache or a tongue that's gone awry. And yeah, so fantastic work there, Joe from Delhi. Conus has done it again with Clory the Mecha Squig. You can always expect good work from Conus. And look at this, isn't it a fun looking beast here? Just loving the colours. The paintwork is wonderful. Look at all the highlighting and the shading and the chipping work there. It's great stuff. Oh wow, let's just stop and have a little look. Yeah, look, he's a lovely looking beast. I think I've said that, and I'll probably say it again to anyone who listens. So thank you very much for this entry, Curtis. Master Prez here with his little diorama, The Squig Rebellion. And here's a nice, I've said before, I do like a good story, and this is a good story. I suppose the moral of it is, don't eat the squig, or the squig will eat you, or something similar. So look, I'm loving the big squig in the middle. Just fantastic looking stuff. So, what do we think? Who's going to win this little battle? The squigs or the grots? And here is mostly Zen with his entry Chic and Bitey. I'm going to say that again just in case you didn't hear that right. That is Chic and Bitey. And I do believe this model comes from a range from Mad Doc Labs, or sometimes I think they're known as the Greenskin Brothers. And they are the Squeakle Rider set. That's if memory serves me correctly. If it doesn't serve me correctly, then I have no idea what I'm talking about. So carry on, nothing to see here. Well, actually, there is a lot to see here. And wow, look at this. Fantastic stuff. I do like the contrast from the Shark's Grey and the Goblin Green. Even though there's probably not a colour anymore, is it? And yeah, look, fantastic looking model. Painting is done really, really well. I do like mostly Zen's work, and this is no exception. So, fantastic stuff there, mostly Zen. You might look at this work from Shimmy Shim and go, hey, that's an orc. But you'd be half right, because he actually has a little bagpipe squig with him there. And it's a lovely colour of pink. And he's a cute little beast, isn't he? So, there he is. Fantastic stuff there. And it's just... I'm actually... This gives me the giggles. So I quite like this little entry from Shimmy Shim. Well done, mate. Now, we may have talked about grots being eaten by squigs before in this video, and here is Squig Chum's entry with a hungry little bomb squig. And this has what I like. It really is. It tells a story, it's comical, and it's a bomb squig. That's the trifecta in my opinion. And it's also painted very, very well. There's some fine detail work on here, some excellent weathering, great blending on such a small model. I think I am becoming very jealous of Squig Chum here. So fantastic work. Just look at the work done in this little diorama from Wayne Humber there. And he's a little working class squig. So this is for the working class squigs everywhere. And yeah, so there's a nice big fat orange squig with a couple of tools. I think one's in the bag and one's beside him. And has he got to clean up? Is he cleaning up after someone's messy party? And yeah, look, this is really, really great. It must have been a great party. There was beer and pizza involved. So this is, I keep saying the word fantastic stuff a lot in this video, and that's because there is a lot of fantastic stuff. And Wayne has done another fantastic piece of work. Well done, Wayne. Please forgive me, because I am going to pronounce this name wrong. I just know it. Is it Ike or Eek? Well, anyway, regardless, here is a flying rocket squig with a little grot pilot. Well, that's what I'm calling it anyway. And I just love that yellow. Yellow's so hard to paint, but I do believe this has been done well. So, look at it. A little rocket to the front. I'm finding the pilot grot quite comical. It's given me a little giggle, and that's always a good thing, isn't it? And yeah, so well done, Iki. Sorry. Here is Gallagher with his deaf Squig, and I am starting to really enjoy these mechanized Squigs. Yeah, look, is it a can? No, it's a mechanized Squig. Just look at this work put together. There's so many different elements. It's just fantastic. We got bits from Death Dreads and can legs and oh look, it's just almost as if what he's done is had all the cans a bit, threw them up in the air, and where it landed is where he added the super glue. Now I think there's a lot more work done than that, but yeah, oh look, this is fantastic stuff. Oh look, let's just bask in the glory, which is the deaf Squig. Poke Cactus here with Thimbus. Now, Thimbus has been sculpted by green stuff and other stuff of various shapes of colours, and I have had the pleasure of watching Poke do this over the month, and it's just fantastic to watch just some piece of modelling tools or clay or materials, that's the right word, modelling materials, turn into what is a fine piece of art. Now, Poke is a bit of a toad lover, and he likes all things amphibious, and he likes to look at the colours, and tries to get these colours on his little squiggies as close as nature as possible, and I really think he's done a fantastic job. I especially love the eyes, and also what I do like is what's going on in the Holdall there with all those grots. There's definitely a story to tell in there. There's one of those little goblins, or Gretchen is just telling people what to do. Whether people are listening or not, we're not quite sure. And I think most of those goblins are from the Gear Guts range, and there's a few others that aren't. And look, yeah, there's fantastic stuff there. Poke Cactus. Alright, so that was that. So thank you for watching, and remember that this month challenge is all about bionics. So it can be bionic eyes, bionic legs, bionic arms. You know, I think you get the whole idea. So anything that started off with orky flesh, or maybe even squiggly flesh, that has got a little bit of an enhancement to it. So the old Big Mech, or even the Pain Boy, has been doing some work to some fleshy orky goodness. Now, what we would like to see is, can you show your model first without the attachments, and then at the end show us with the attachments? That would help the, what do they call it, the judge so much. Okay, and I'm going to put the link to where you can do all this stuff. It's on the 40k Ork Community Discord. So I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you are going crumpin', remember to bash early and bash often.